ensuring better access to alternative dispute resolution in cross-border commercial conflict. Better access to alternative dispute resolution in any cross-border commercial conflict. Alternative dispute resolution in cross fulfilling the constitutional obligation under Article 300 and Action Act is the law providing for acquisition of land and taking over possession of land. Parliamentary Reform Act with 1909. Vikramaditya versus Srimati Jamila Khatun is an important case relating to professional misconduct. Due to which factor? Professional misconduct. Defrauding the client by exploiting the client's illiteracy. Defraud the client by exploiting client's illiteracy. Sample of good forwarded to appropriate laboratory for laboratory test. Such types of case finding report within dash days, 30 days. Sample of good forwarded to the appropriate laboratory for laboratory test within 30 days. Sample of good forwarded to appropriate laboratory first type of cases finding report within 30 days. Sample of goods forwarded to appropriate laboratory for laboratory test. Such types of case finding report within 30 days. Sample of goods. Sample of goods forwarded to appropriate laboratory. 30 days. Which section of Indian Evidence Act is based on English doctrine of res geste? 6. The various word used to denote men's race under IPC and are defined in the code itself are voluntary, dishonestly, fraudulently, and reason to believe. The various words used to denote men's race under the IPC and defined in the code itself voluntary, dishonestly, fraudulently, and reason denote men's race under the IPC are defined voluntary, dishonestly, fraudulently, reason. Under section 25 of the Land Acquisition Act, the amount of compensation awarded by the court shall not be less than amount awarded by the collector under section 2. Shall not be less than the amount awarded by the collector. Hindu widows, if there are more than one, shall take Hindu's widow, one share for all the widow, one share. In joint trial, the evidentiary value of a confession of a co-accused affecting himself and others has been discussed by the Supreme Court. Kashmir Singh versus State of MP. The evidentiary value of a confession of a co-accused affecting himself and others has been discussed by the Supreme Court. Actually, in joint trial, the evidentiary value of confession of a co-accused affecting himself discussed by the Supreme Court. Khamira Singh versus State of Madhya Pradesh. Has been discussed by the Supreme Court. Joint trial, evidentiary value of confession of a co-accused. Minimum number of members required to apply for incorporation certificate in a public limited company. 7. In a written statement, the defendant can claim set up an appeal to the High Court against the order of ITAT should be filed within 120 days within the order of communicators. Order of ITAT should be filed within 120 days. Where can be Supreme Court refuse to grant remedy under Article 32? Delay malicious petition. In which